I've noticed that some of you are concerned about the ethics of the experiment in my past post. The thing is, this experiment has received heaps of funding from the government in order to research further into the unknown science of sleep. Every volunteer in this experiment has agreed to all this, so no legal implications apply to us. Anyways, I have transcribed some more logs. I'm starting from day 10 because the rest of the days, nothing happens. Every day was the same. Day 10. Today was rather calm compared to yesterday. All participants stayed in their rooms. Ethan has taken a ping pong ball and racket to his room. He played against the wall for 6 hours. Surprisingly, he returned most of the shots. We provided Samantha with more books today. We need her to stay sane so we could study how exactly her brain copes. She immediately went and picked up the books as soon as she heard them drop into her cupboard and thanked us 153 times. She then started reading the books. Connor spent his whole day in the office room today, typing up a document. It is transcribed here. What is sleep? Why can't I sleep? How do you sleep? Please tell me. Connor can sleep. He sleeps every day, yet I remain awake. Adam says he's trying to find sleep. He told me sleep sits in his corner. We are unsure whether Connor is referring to the presumed dark figure in Adam's room. Sophia was extremely calm and composed today. She scrolled through social media on her phone and even listened to some music. It looks like killing Julia has calmed her down. Adam has started spreading salt around the whole house. He is also chanting things. Dr. Nguyen realized that he was chanting in Latin. We tried to translate it as best as we could. Sleep is running away from me. Away from the thing that sits in my corner. Sleep come back. Sleep come back. Death is coming. Sleep and death, both the same. He chanted this over 100 times while spreading salt around the house. He was unable to enter Sophia's room because she locked her door. He called out to her and she opened the door. He went inside her room and spread the salt. Sophia did not stop him. He did the same with Connor's room. Ethan did not allow him inside his room. Adam lingered around Ethan's room for a few minutes and kept on calling his name. Ethan then came out and punched him straight in the stomach. Adam fell backwards from the force. Ethan went back to his room. Adam stayed in the position and stared at Ethan's door for 5 hours. He then got up and also went to Samantha's room, where he spread salt. All participants did not eat or drink today. Our medical team will be monitoring their health. Day 10, night. At night, all the participants started screaming at literally the top of their voices at exactly 12 AM. They changed the pitches around and it almost sounded like a rough violin piece. Then suddenly we saw Ethan struggling in his room. He was lying down in his bed and it looked like an invisible person was choking him. He was clutching at his throat. We soon realized he was actually choking himself. We didn't interfere because it's physically impossible to choke yourself to death with your own hands. We stared for an eternity until Ethan finally released his hold on his neck and fell still. We checked his pulse. None. Our medical team extracted him immediately. We were able to resuscitate him. He lies unconscious in intensive care for now. We are planning to interview him when he feels well. Dr. Nguyen has also been sent home due to shock from the experiment. Day 11. Adam seems extremely uneasy today. He keeps on looking up at the hidden cameras. It seems like he knows exactly where the cameras are, even though they have been well hidden. He stares directly at them. Samantha has stopped reading. She went down to make herself breakfast today. She took the whole salt bottle and poured all the salt down her throat. Our medical team is standing by for any symptoms of poisoning. She then went into Sophia's room and stared at her from the doorway for at least 10 minutes. Sophia stared back. Sophia then threw her phone at Samantha. The phone hit her nose really hard and we suspected it's broken. She bled but continued staring at Sophia. Sophia then started screaming. Samantha continued staring. Sophia started to scratch at her eyes. We shocked Sophia in hopes she would stop and to prevent lasting damage to her eyesight. Samantha stared straight at the camera and let out a long, high-pitched scream. She went down to the kitchen and started to cut her nose off. We gave her high-voltage shocks, but she didn't stop and cut her nose off. She then put her mutilated nose in her mouth and ate it. Dr. Williams has resigned. I'm the only one left. Dr. Warnick. The end is near. I can feel it. Day 12. Samantha is showing signs of remorse at her previous action and has bandaged what remains of her nose. Her blood oxygen levels consistently fluctuated throughout the day. Sophia and Connor exited their rooms at the exact time and both walked to the game room. They played a game of pool without communicating at all. Halfway through the game, Sophia used the pool stick to extract her left eye. She used it to play pool. Connor copied her. They then both started laughing hysterically. Adam went downstairs as well and filled up a Coke bottle with water. He then started splashing that water at all the walls in the house. He chanted the following in Latin. Ethan. Ethan thinks he's safe. Sleep is out to get him. It is death. It is death that I gave. Warnick. Warnick knows the end. He tends to us. He sends to us. One day the barriers of the house will bend. Dr. Nguyen has returned to take over for me. Dr. Warnick. I need a break before I get burned at stake. I'm going to take a break now. I'll post the remaining logs soon.